Welcome back to Of Dice and Friends, your weekly serving of magic, mayhem, and misadventure. I'm Joey, your host and dungeon master, and oh my god, I am exhausted. On the theme of talking about pets, my fiance and I just rescued a puppy 2 days ago.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, yes. And he's adorable, but he's an asshole, and it's a ton of work. So one of you is running this episode, right?
Wait, are you sure that's not a cat that you picked up?
Yeah.
Actually, Finian's going to run the episode. It's going to be great.
Okay, perfect.
Hey, everybody. Nolan
Well,
here.
that's uncomfortable. Sorry.
Back playing Mo the Monk. So for my New Year's resolution, I wanted to learn, how to cook more. And there's a particular recipe that I wanted to try. So it involves the funny bone, and I want to turn it into a soup, but it really becomes more of like a laughing stock. That's pretty humorous, right?
Well done.
Yes. But
Hi, I'm Greg, and I play J.R. Ranstar. And speaking of pets, that reminded me of the Grinch, and I always loved his dog, Max. It was hilarious. And then, so I was thinking about talking about a fan theory I heard about the Grinch, is that he went to the wrong Whoville. He was supposed to go to the one on the Clover, and Horton Hears a Who. Because if you look at those Whos, they're all furry, and they look more like the Grinch. So he went to the wrong Whoville. That's why they didn't like him.
And that's why he's so grumpy.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why he looks so different.
So it's basically like racism.
Yep.
Racism would make me grumpy.
I'm Rachel. I play Tana. I don't really have anything to say except my brother and I are so close.
Oh, God.
I changed his diapers
Here
when
we
he was
go.
very little. Cooked him meals, cut the crusts off of his sandwich, and parents weren't around to do it. I just want to tell you how much I love you, Joey, and how glad I am that we are close and we talk about things and we don't keep things from each other like adopting a new puppy.
When I was getting ready to drive here, Lauren says, "Hey, you told Rach, right?"
Yeah, that's because she loves me more than you do. I love you, Lauren.
I was like, well,
Oh, damn.
I'll get a genuine response. I'll just tell her during the...
Yeah,
Joey,
you,
that's the wrong thing to say.
well, I got a genuine response.
the next thing I
No,
throw
that's-
at you is going to have sharp edges.
That's so perfect because it's like you're bringing sibling rivalry and communication issues to the table. I
Yeah.
love it.
And
Yeah.
violence, too. This is
what,
good.
what every D&D table needs.
Bloodshed?
Ooh.
Oh,
I don't know how to follow that one, guys. Hi, this is Arian, and I play Finian the Elf. And yeah, pets. Arctic cats are cool. I think I want one with little antlers on it.
You know what, though? I bet if you adopted one, you would probably tell me, wouldn't you? I bet you wouldn't wait a whole day or two.
I would, and I'd probably tell the rest of the table too at some point. They'd think it was really cool,
yeah,
I think.
yeah, yeah. You wouldn't keep it a secret.
I think
for
I saw an
a whole
orange
day.
one on my way here, actually. Yeah, on the side of the road.
Okay, cool.
I have to say, though, pet foxes are adorable.
They are.
What's a fox?
Hey, I'm Sarek. Let's talk about pineapple, since that's the subject matter
Wait,
today.
just a single pineapple?
Yeah, just a single pineapple. And does it belong in fruit salad?
Yes.
yeah.
Fruit salad? Sure.
You thought I was going to say
Pizza.
pizza, but that's obvious. So go ahead, Joey.
Also, yes.
You're wrong. And I will quit.
I think now's a good time for a toast, don't you guys think?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'd prefer soda, but toast is okay too.
Should make a toast and to spite Joey.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
I already poisoned his drink. Wise, kind, gentle, generous, sexy. But enough about me. Here's to you. Cheers.
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 Chapter 22, Turn the Tide. Last time, the party left Applestead to find Orin dead. You discovered that his tattoo indicated a group of people will meet in a place called Yabu's Rise in 2 months. But before going there, you decided to help Finian finish his mission in the swamps. Mo visited his own grave, and the party left for North Harbor to find passage to the mainland. After 4 days of travel, you arrive outside the impressive stone wall of North Harbor, the capital of Belior. The air is hot and humid, both from being this close to the ocean and from the thousands of people camped outside the city. Hundreds of tents crowd near the wall, but this far out, people have resigned to using nothing more than the shade from palm trees as shelter. From what you can see, most of them are elderly and children, and there is trash and human excrement everywhere.
I'm not really like an expert, but aren't people supposed to live on the inside of the walls?
Not if they're poor.
Oh, JR.
Wow. They do. They're poor.
I don't know where we go from there.
Are we supposed to react to that now? Well, yeah.
Finian, amidst the refugees is a young ASMR man. His face and exposed arms are scarred by apparent years of conflict. He's watching your party intently, though he ducks into the crowd the moment your eyes meet his. Aside from that, it's a big crowd. You head to the gate, I assume.
Yeah, probably just squeezing in between tents.
A pair of guards stand at the city gate. For the millionth time, civilians aren't cleared to re-enter the city yet. We'll tell you when you are.
What if we're not civilians?
What? Then what are you then?
Wanted.
We're wanted criminals, magic users.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast friends.
Okay.
on the guard, and I will point to JR. You don't know who this is?
Well, he does look
Yes.
familiar to me.
You don't know who I am? How dare you?
It's okay. It's okay.
I can't right now.
Your Highness, I know.
I'm gonna look
I know.
with my
It's-
nose out.
I'll turn back to the guard.
Pointed
It's
up
not
at
your
everyone.
fault. I understand, but you should probably let us through.
This is ridiculous.
I know.
I told
Your
you we shouldn't have
Highness,
came here.
I'm so sorry. I'm truly sorry. And I'll turn to Mo. I thought you were going to prepare them ahead of time.
Wait, Tana, what are you talking? Oh! You don't know this is? I'm sorry. I guess I should have introduced him. Introducing His Highness Moon of the Sailor Line.
Are you saying that because I'm wearing a Sailor Moon shirt? Okay, just checking.
Tana, make a persuasion with advantage.
24.
Wow. The guard you're speaking to will look to the other guard, who will shrug.
I don't know. If they were mages, the Seekers would have executed them by now.
And the guard you're speaking to nods. Yeah,
I'm nodding.
makes sense.
I'm mirroring his nod.
I grow tired of waiting.
Oh, Your Highness, I'm so sorry.
I mean, well, I'm certainly not paid enough to make arrests, and God, I'm barely paid enough to do this job.
I'll walk up to that guy and I'll shove him. Move for the prince.
He will stand back.
I will take a very deep bow. Your Highness, please.
I'll walk back and just look down at these guards. I hope this doesn't happen again.
He gives you kind of an impish smile. Hey, listen, enter the city at your own risk, bud.
Yes. I'll turn to Mo. Lackey, pay the man.
I'll look at you, just glaring at you. Your Highness, I would love to, but I don't have any money.
It's okay, I've got it. I was paid just the other day for my services to the king.
He is so distracted by the gold in his hand that he's fingering through. The gate opens and you can waltz in.
Meanwhile, I'm ushering you guys through because Friends is about to wear off. Let's go. And soon we will not be friends.
I'll wait until everyone goes through, and then I'll look around and go "Doo, doo, doo, doo," again, and then run through.
Well, that was engaging. I've never been one for acting.
We should do that at every gate we go to. I'm a total fan.
Of course you are.
Yeah,
That's where
Tana,
they're welcoming us. I like that.
Tana, I'm not going to lie to you. JR is never going to let that go. I hope you understand that.
I've made a grave mistake.
It begins to rain as you enter the city. A blessing for everyone aside from Tana, as it helps wash away the dry blood that stains the ruined streets and damaged buildings.
Oh, I don't want to know what's on the other side because that's just a river of shit now.
Is it overcast enough? They're Finn can take off of his hood? And
Yeah,
not,
it's
wonderful.
cloudy enough that you can. Yep,
I will cast Prestidigitation. I said it.
nice.
On my collar and turn it into a hood that I can put over
Sure.
my head.
Satana Patana hood and Finian takes it off.
I'm covering my horns too, which is always helpful.
Mow my umbrella.
And I'm exposing my antlers.
No, JR. Okay, first off, where would I even keep an umbrella?
Oh, sorry, I was still in character.
Idiots.
Raphiram, who has also taken his hood down, will kind of whisper in your ear, Finian. It never ceases to amaze me the group you've chosen to travel with.
Chosen is a strong word. I feel like perhaps I was chosen for this group.
That is a wise, if not perhaps naive, way to look at it.
Sure.
Thousands of orc helmets and mismatched human gauntlets line the main cobblestone road. It seems to be some kind of memorial to everyone lost, retaking the city. There was a battle here, and as you get closer to the city center, the damage and the gore they grow increasingly intense. Mangled Triton corpses hang from buildings, while conscripted human soldiers clean the streets of their fallen brethren.
How do the buildings look? Is it like burned out? Like,
A lot of the buildings look like they have been hit by magical force.
ooh.
No wonder the people of Belior are a little suspicious of magic.
No kidding.
mages.
And the air, I mean, even with the rain, it smells of iron and death, which doesn't seem to bother the pockets of orc soldiers you see, who a lot of them are using discarded Triton weapons as cooking utensils over fires.
God, that makes sense. Wow.
Once again, Finian, you notice that same Asamar watching. Now he seems to have followed you into the city, though. As you look at him, he's not looking at you. He's paying close attention to Heen specifically.
There's an Asamar man who's been watching us. I saw him before we entered the city.
Where?
Outside the gate.
Oh,
he just
Turn around and obviously start looking.
well, no. If he was outside the gate, who cares? I mean, there's a lot of people looking at us. I mean, like, I don't mean to be really disrespectful, but like, Heen is a lot to look at.
He does stand out, though. He looks battle worn.
So now that you guys actually look at me, I've fallen several feet behind, and you've never seen a Gith pale, but this is about as close as it can get. I'm breathing heavily and hunched over, and my eye moves between staring into the nothingness in the cobblestone below and darting around rapidly at the mangled corpses around us, and I just need to sit down. I fall down too quickly onto my butt, and both my hands go to my head. It's just give me a minute. I'll come back.
Heen, are you all right?
The memories are so much more real when they're more than just memories and they're senses.
I will sit down next to Heen and put my hand on his shoulder. I know exactly what he's experiencing right now. Heen, look at me.
I'll turn my one good eye to you.
And I'm trying to think of something to distract him with, to deflect, and I'm realizing I know so little about Heen. Tell me, Heen, your favorite way to prepare fish. How do you start? What do you do with the fish? Do you take the scales
Fish.
off?
Yes. The scales.
do
I
you
always
season?
handed that to my friend. He was very good at pulling the skin off the skin.
No. What seasoning? What seasoning, Heen, do you use?
Cave. The blue mushrooms. I never learned the name. The ones that grew in the cave, the bottom caverns.
You mean the twinkle mushrooms?
Yes. we were just kids, and I think we called him Tinkle, so some such. After we were pearl diving one time, we found several larger fish, and we stuffed them with the Tinkle mushrooms, and they were very excellent. Yes.
Think about that flavor. Think about the smell. Focus on that. Call it to mind like you're eating it right now. And as we walk, think about that smell. Think about that taste. Think about that sight. And block everything else out.
My breathing slowly subsides. But I keep my eyes closed and I stand up.
I'll help you, and I'll take your arm.
I turn to Referum and whisper quietly in his ear.
That ASMR was paying particular attention to our friend here.
Finian, if you noticed him outside the gate, why not mention it? Don't you think someone watching is cause for alarm?
I only saw him the once, and he disappeared into the crowd in just a moment. I thought nothing of it. But now that I've seen him twice, and inside the city, I am greatly concerned.
He'll look back to where you saw the man, and the ASMR is no longer there. So you think he must know this man?
Hey, I'll walk over to the two elves that are whispering.
They both stop.
Are you guys talking about me?
No.
Okay, good.
Were you worried?
I'll be giving them the side eye. Definitely suspicious. Listen, I was thinking we should probably just get through here. It's pretty horrible here, and I don't think Keen's doing so good. Also, I was thinking maybe you guys can send him on a trip, if you know what I mean.
Are you talking about killing him? I'm asking that as Rachel.
No.
I think he intends for us to give him one of
Put his mind somewhere
my
else.
special mushrooms that I've been
smart.
collecting. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm just walking a few paces ahead, taking Heen's arm so he doesn't have to open his eyes.
Yes, I think we should make haste and get to the ship as soon as possible. There's no reason to stay in this hellhole.
Oh yeah, agreed. Oh yeah, if you guys have some extra, just let me know. I'll pat you on the shoulder and then keep walking.
Would you like one now?
I'll immediately swivel back.
I'll keep the dose small for you because I don't know how it will affect you.
Oh yeah, good, because this is awful, and I just need to take my mind off of this smell.
As we're walking, I'll turn my head. I'm going to keep my eyes closed a ton. Thank you. I don't know why it is happening now. I've spilled plenty of blood since coming back, but it's something different. Thank you.
Trauma hits when you least expect it.
Precisely.
I think, given the traumatic emotions that are coming back, it might be helpful to at least try a little of this mushroom. It has a calming influence on the mind.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Sorry, that's huge that Heen is taking a mushroom, but I'm not saying anything to fight it. Wow.
I pull out a little mushroom, same kind I gave to Mo, and I give you just a small cap from the mushroom.
I immediately down it. No questions.
Referum watches kind of anxiously. You gave him the whole thing?
It was a small cap.
Finian.
I'm sensing a con save.
Yep. Mo.
Can I choose to fail?
Yes, you may choose to fail
I'm
this if
gonna
you'd
ride
like.
this wave.
But you have no idea what choosing to fail means.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm actually going to do the unthinkable and argue for disadvantage on this con save because I have zero tolerance for drugs and psychedelics because as a Gith, I need to keep my mind clear, and it's why you haven't even seen me touch alcohol because
No.
Well,
we don't want to see a Gith with no control over their mind powers.
And Finian only knows how these mushrooms affect elves. He doesn't know how it affects a human again.
Oh my gosh.
Disadvantage? Absolutely.
The first roll was an 18.
Oh,
The second roll
maybe it won't be so bad then.
was a 5.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
Well, now that you have both failed your save against these mushrooms,
All right, I'm fist bumping Nolan across the table.
things immediately start to slow down. Time and space both seem to dilate.
I will look into Heen's one eye and see his pupil is blown. And then I'll look over at Mo and like, you're tripping, aren't you?
Mo is like staring at like, a pebble on the ground for like 30 seconds. Like, you okay?
Yeah, you noticed like those 4 days we were traveling, I've been really quiet and kind of just sad. But right now I almost look at peace.
Oh, that's nice. I'm sure that won't bite us in the butt
No.
at all.
Raphiram, I feel I may have erred. Do you think I might have overdosed them?
Finian, did you read the warning label?
I just found these in the woods.
There's no warning label on these.
Oh, of course. In the path of mercy, they all have warning labels, but we're so far from home.
Who's putting those on us?
So many of the fungus and spores I found here are not what we find in Octara. I've been trying them myself, but the effects on us are maybe different than what they are.
You've just been trying every mushroom you come across?
Yes. Darius has been a wonderful help with this, and he tries them as well, and we've both compared notes.
What?
The last 4 days have been something of a blur. I've tried about 7 different new species. I think I was a little ill to my stomach yesterday.
He turns very pale.
Even paler than
Even
usual?
paler than an elf normally is.
Oh, no.
Oh, I think you have made a terrible mistake.
I'm sorry.
Finian, do you have any more of those?
Yes, I do. I have about 10 more. in
I'll
fact.
take 3 of them, please.
Okay, Raphiram.
So I've just got Heen, one arm linked through his, and I'm going back to grabbing Mo by the collar and just trying to move through the crowd.
I don't think I'd have time to prepare an antidote before we board the ship, so we'll just have to make do.
We need to get there fast, he says as his eyes dilate. The street eventually opens up into a city square, and the crowd becomes very densely packed here. The onlookers watch as a pair of Tritons are awaiting execution up on gallows.
For what?
You're not sure, but you have seen Tritons what has remained of Tritons being it's been on display all through the city.
I mean,
Horrible. It's just horrible.
What?
It's like looking at just a slaughter.
are we talking about like a genocide or just like
Like there was a battle here between the city and Tritons, and the Tritons lost.
oh no.
These two in particular, the man wears torn regalia, while the woman wears a metal straitjacket, much like the one that the Seeker put Raphiram in. Instead of rope around their necks, though, chains bind them to wood pillars. There are 2 other wood pillars currently occupied by what looks like the dried out husks of what were maybe Tritons at some point.
Awful.
Does anyone know what might have happened here? I don't know what this conflict is about. Why would the Tritons attack the largest city of Belior?
Quick reminder to answer your question, Finian. This is all your fault.
Specifically Finian's?
Well, no, you, the group. The Triton Empire, the Valo Empire, had conquered the Kingdom of Belior, and a group called the Noodles and Company maybe accidentally got a bunch of orcs to cross the ocean and retake the land from the Empire. So,
Allegedly.
Oh, did we do that? Oops.
in fact, there are 6 orc soldiers watching the 2 Triton prisoners, just kind of lazily, as the crowd throws rocks at them. Not the orcs, at the Tritons.
The answer occurs to me as I take in more of the scene. Oh my God, we brought this upon Belior. I blanched and I turned to Raphiram and I said,
I think we've made a mistake.
What?
What are you talking about, Finian?
I think this horror, I think we set this in motion.
I don't think so.
No, that was definitely us. These are most definitely the orcs that we were mooning those ships with. That's awkward.
We thought we were doing the right thing. We thought we were trying to avoid war.
Talking weird. The Triton fish people did to themselves here. They attacked Belior and propagated violence.
Yeah,
Big
fuck
rip-
the slit necks! Someone right next to you screams out.
I'm gonna sit down now. I'll sit down right where I'm standing.
Heen, from your place sitting on the cobblestone ground, you see that scarred ASMR man approaching. He's just kind of rudely shoving past people, and his eyes are firmly on your one eye.
I see him approaching, and I'm not sure if it was the same kid. I'm going to slap my face a few times, just trying to get some sense back into my eye and my vision, and it doesn't really help, but at least I'm able to look now instead of just seeing the traumas of the past, and I'll look back as he approaches, trying to steady myself.
His eyes burn with intensity as they meet yours. And he stops about 6 feet away from you. He doesn't say anything. He looks like he's sizing you up. He's looking for something in your eyes.
I'll take a deep breath and run through a couple of the mental exercises as best as I can, slowly, to try and get some focus before I look back at him with calm and firmness.
With a satisfied nod, he brushes past you on his way to the gallows with an elegant longsword in hand.
Okay, I'll look at Tana. I think he has the right idea, and I'll hold up my longsword. I'll go up the opposite side of the gallows.
I will tighten my grip on my staff, and I will go to the other side as JR, so we're both kind of coming up the gallows on opposite ends.
As you guys are walking away, well, that's a good. I agree, but we should probably have a plan. We can't just rush in.
Wait, no one's around to hear you say this?
Finian stops and pauses thoughtfully. That explains a lot.
The ASMR man gets to the gallows a bit before you do, and immediately plunges his blade into one of the surprised orcs.
Whoa, shit, it's going down.
The crowd will gasp, but the other orc guards, on the other hand, smile with delight. They've been waiting for this. Their great axes are at the ready. I roll initiative.
I will crack my knuckles and do that.
Fudge. Ooh.
Tana,
16.
Heen.
Apparently a 21. This is going to be interesting.
Oh boy. Finian.
I rolled a natural 1.
Well, do I have good news for you? One of our deity patrons, Pete, would like to replace our next nat 1 with a 2. So, what's the score now?
4.
Okay, wonderful. JR.
I got a nat 1.
Oh, one turn too late.
Well,
So I was probably walking, and then a street magician was like, "Hey, want to see a magic trick?" And I'm like, "Wait, kind of."
Like breathed fire out of his mouth at you, like just at that moment.
Just got distracted. Just magic.
Now, in this world with magic and fantasy, it's obviously just cards.
Right.
I mean, he would be
cartoon
murdered,
or
I guess,
something.
if he was doing that.
no, the trick is you want to see the stone disappear, and then he throws it at one of the tritons.
Wow.
Mo.
Those shrimps must got like a little bit of pep in their step because I rolled a 19.
Attaboy.
Heen, it's your turn. Do you remember that you took drugs?
No.
Do you remember the DARE program as kids?
JR does.
So let me tell you what you missed during those school presentations. After you take these mushrooms, your turn is delayed. So anything you think you do this turn will actually happen the following turn. No. So
That's
Oh,
mean.
excellent.
what will you like to do?
Is this some 4D chess going on now?
And Mo, this applies to you as well.
Part of me was really hoping you'd forget.
Joey assumes like I ditched those meetings or whatever. The problem was I was a goody two-shoes in school, so I absolutely attended all those, and I don't remember a single drug making you delay your turn.
Well, you weren't paying close enough attention.
Okay, well, this has been a really complicated day for Heen already. It's probably, I'm sorry, a complicated 20 minutes. With all of the memories drudged up from the worst parts of my past, I'm going to remember a trick for getting that instantaneous boost that hopefully is going to help me. I'm going to try and summon a knife, and I'm going to plunge it straight into my own wrist.
Well,
What?
not quite. You'll summon the dagger and stare at it in your wrist. Funny enough, Mo, you're up next.
You see, I'm actually thinking clearly for once. So you may have thrown this at me that it's going to take me a turn, but guess what, Joey?
Yeah.
I'm planning. So I'm going to be
Oh.
scanning. You said that there's a memorial of fallen soldiers.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, I'm
Helmets and gauntlets.
going to run over there. I'm going to start putting on some of the armor.
Okay.
Next turn.
I'm not used to this kind of Mo.
I'm not either.
Tana, it's your turn. And you are not drugged. What you do will happen.
Well, that's good to know. I will leap up on the stage as my movement, and I will just start throwing scorching rays, 3 of them, at 3 of the nearest orcs. What are their... Oh, shit. What do I have to
They
hit?
are wearing hide armor. They have AC 14.
So one of those hits.
Okay.
I
Low
rolled a
rolls.
nat 1, a 2, and then only 1 hit.
Wow. One, my God. Shouldn't that just blow up in your face?
Well,
Jeez.
our deity Linda said Tana can replace a roll with a 13 if it would be helpful for her.
It would totally be Wait. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. No, it would be
13
totally
modified
helpful.
or 13 total?
That would do one.
13 is always the natural roll.
No,
and
so
then
she
you'll-
gets the modifier. So it
Yeah.
help.
Woo! Thanks, Linda! That's great.
So 2 of them hit.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll
Yep.
damage.
This is not a good day for dice. Okay, the first one hits for a whopping 3 fire damage. And then, at least the second one hits for 8.
It is the orc's turn. There's one who is currently being penetrated by a sword.
Kinky.
Why did you say that like that? I mean, I'm not going to lie. I leaned in. You interested me. But that was...
That's why I said it like that.
I miss Soul Render.
God help me.
The orc will attack the ASMR and hit and deal 14 damage. 2 other orcs will charge the ASMR and try and pull him off of the first orc, and they will succeed. The other 3 of the 6 will attack our fire mage.
In the rain. Let's go.
Tana, you were hit all 3 times.
Jesus Christ.
Though they rolled fairly low,
Uh-huh.
take 21 slashing damage.
Oh, that's just their warm-up then.
Okay. Sure. That's no problem at all for me and my huge HP.
The 2 Tritons are struggling against their chains. Both are gagged. And that's their turn. Finian.
I'm sort of frozen in place because I'm watching. On the one hand, I've got JR and Tana rushing the stage. Tana's just been attacked viciously with these great axes. And she looks
Ow.
like she's in bad shape. Wow, that hasn't hurt. And here, Heen over here looks like he's about to suicide himself. And I don't know what he's up to. And Mo hasn't moved, which is really puzzling. I feel like I have to stay where I am. And I feel like I'm responsible for these guys because I've kind of messed them up. So I have this kind of guilt, like, oh my God, I've ruined them.
Hey, man, you opened my third eye. We're good.
And while I'm pondering this, my turn goes by.
Wow.
That's fair.
Close my third eye. Close my third eye.
Finian, take inspiration for having a reasonable reason to skip your turn. JR?
So I'll look at these 2 yahoos because I was in high school like a year ago, and I remember
What?
the DARE program.
Yeah, what?
How? What are you talking about? JR was in.
Yeah, JR's like 19 or 18.
I don't know what's worse, the fact that he's only 19 or the fact that there's high school.
I had
you just
no
graduated.
idea.
Yeah, where do you think he learned to be a gentleman? Anyway, so I'm gonna sneak up and then go on the stage and try and I guess you said one has a metal cage around them,
Like a metal straitjacket.
and what does the other one have again?
The other one is just wearing clothing, like torn regalia. Both of them have chains around them, so their backs are against these pillars.
Ooh, a pillar. So taking this in, I'm gonna hold up my longsword, and then lightning will consume it, and as the lightning kind of reshapes, it'll form into a warhammer with the similar lightning symbols on the hammer, like the sword.
Cool.
Wait,
cool.
that's
pretty cool.
You can just change your sword to anything at any time?
Yep.
Or just
I
now
can change
figuring
it
this
to
out?
any weapon I want.
Any weapon?
That's
Yep.
convenient.
Make it soul render.
Yeah, well, it was soul render at one point.
Thy friend.
Yeah, you have a warhammer.
And then I will use it to hit where the chain connects to the pillar, trying to break the stone.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Make an attack.
Make
Oh my
another
God.
attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
make
my
a better
inspiration. Okay. A 13 with that 5 in my mod.
You hit. It's a stationary little chunk of metal.
This is probably
Oh my
great.
god! I cannot. I can't today. I don't want to.
There's a ding that echoes through the town square, and nothing happens. Just for
I can't roll today.
just for clarification, which Triton are you trying to help free first? The man in regalia or the woman in the chain mage suit?
I'll
Okay?
be focused on the guy because he's not in the straitjacket.
Right, that's right. Raphiram rushes past Finian, giving you little more than a dirty look and a confused gesture as he makes his way to Tana, who is bleeding out on the gallows,
Yeah.
and he will heal you
Thank you for how much?
for 13. And then the angry crowd will begin cheering and booing and throwing rocks at everyone up on the on the platform. So JR and Tana, each of you take 4 bludgeoning damage from
Jeez,
stones.
Those are some rocks.
Yeah, until I release my hellish rebuke on them and kill the whole crowd.
The Asamar, who's now being dragged away by 2 orcs, will attempt to stab one of the ones who is dragging him away. And he will fail to. He is too tightly grappled. Heen, you finally get to cut your wrist. Why?
So I try and plunge the dagger that I think I have in my hand into the wrist, and I get stabbed a bunch of little times by the shards that never quite formed into a solid psionic energy.
Oh, boy.
And I feel the pain rush through my body again, and knowing this technique from before, I pull on that pain and that suffering, that energy.
It's called adrenaline.
It's time to kill.
Yep,
And
that's adrenaline.
I'm still moving slow. This is going to be the hardest fight I've ever had to do, I'm sure, but I'm gonna bring forth that chain that I fought Ongdun with back in the mansion, and the shield I tried to bludgeon the paladin with. It's go time, and I'm going to run for the gallows.
You will take a step forward. Mo.
So
Oh, these are some good shrooms,
they're
everybody.
good.
They're great.
So in my mind currently, I'm putting on anything I can find.
You are now putting on the armor, the
Right.
equipment. Yep.
So now that I've done that, I'm gonna whip around and full monk speed. I'm gonna run up to the stage. Can I see everything that's happening right now?
Yeah, because the gallows are elevated.
Okay, so I see like Tana's just getting smacked right
Yep.
now.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna run full speed, and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna push the 2 orcs to the side.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be like, "This mage is mine," and I understand that the situation will change.
Yeah, so that's what you will do, maybe.
Yeah.
You also take a step.
Yeah. Wait, I have monks. Can I take 2 steps?
Yes. Yes. Tana.
Well, thanks to Raphiram, no, give a dirty look to Finian. I'm
in
feeling
the crowd. I can't even see what you're doing.
well. I'm giving you a
watching
dirty look.
I'm watching the Two Stooges over here.
So there are
Orcs are on me.
There are 3 orcs basically piled on you right now.
Cool. Okay. Well, they're gonna get smashed by a fireball. Rolled as a 4th level spell.
Okay.
I'm kind of glad I'm not there.
All 3 fail.
Well, that's too bad for them, because they will all take 44 fire damage.
Tana, fire just explodes above you, above where the orcs have piled onto you.
I'm hoping that there's enough of them where I don't have to take too much
You,
damage.
because you can barely breathe, you're just covered in orc.
Ew.
Make a dex save against your spell.
Okay, I pass.
So, Tana, you pass, so you have the damage, and then you're fire resistant, so you have the damage again.
Okay.
So take a quarter damage from your fireball. However, all 3 orcs are now just smoldering, cooked pork above you.
Barbecued orc, baby. And can I just go ahead and use the rest of my turn to pull myself up by my staff?
Yes, and I would like you to make an intimidation check for me as well.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, I am literally smoking. 18.
The crowd goes nuts, and not in a good way. What was essentially an angry mob is now a fleeing mess of people trampling each other, trying to get away from the fire. Luckily, because it's raining, the fire doesn't catch everything on fire, but yeah, you have single-handedly created pandemonium. There are 3 orcs remaining all around the ASMR, but they all look to see the fire. One of them will rush to you, Tana, and attack you, seeing you as the biggest threat, clearly. Oh, wow. And he misses with a nat 1.
Oh!
One of them will see JR smacking the pillar, trying to free the Triton, and he'll attack you. He will hit for 11 slashing. And the third will plunge his great axe into the ASMR for 12 damage. Finian.
So I kind of come to my senses. I'm looking around. It looks like everybody's okay. And I see these, well, relatively speaking, I see the captives. I see JR and Tana. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go try to do something helpful here. So I rush the platform as fast as I can. And I use that primal attack, the savage attack, which generates like a claw. So my hand turns into a claw and it has acid dripping. And I just slash at
Does
the
that do
chains.
acid damage?
It does.
Oh, yeah. You tear right through the chain. Which Triton are you freeing?
The one that JR is not working
Okay.
on.
Okay. The one who's in the weird chain suit.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that Raphael was wearing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. JR, it's your turn.
Seeing that, I will look at the one I was trying to free and say, well, this will work. And I'll run over to him and put my hand on his shoulder and cast Thunderstep.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I'll do it.
So I guess that orc is by me, so I guess he would take thunder damage. So a con save. So he takes half of 17.
Okay.
And I will teleport 90 feet into the crowd with him.
Yeah, you teleport into the now dispersing crowd.
I'll look at him and be, you should run.
He'll tear the gag out of his mouth and nod his thanks before running back to the gallows to try and presumably help the other Triton. Tana, the orc in front of you takes a fearful step back before stowing his weapon. But he's not looking at you, he's looking behind you. You can see moments later the remaining 2 orcs do the same, stowing their weapon and just gently walking away from the situation.
I will, still clutching my staff, I will slowly turn around to see what's coming.
Behind you, and you only catch glimpses of him through the crazy crowd. You see a Gith man in white seeker robes. His face is angular and emotionless, though his piercing purple eyes remain firmly on the gallows. Heen, as you slowly make your way to the gallows, you see this man. You know him. He isn't just any seeker. The ASMR will follow where your eyes are going and see the Gith, and he'll turn back to you. We need to leave now.
I will readily agree.
And he will jump into the crowd and join the chaos, and he'll yell back, "Follow me!"
I will take my unused action on this turn to run as fast as I can after the ASMR, yelling at the top of my lungs, "Run!"
Heen.
So since my turn's still delayed, I just saw the crowd go fleeing past me, and just the sheer rush of vibrancy of colors and the tossling back and forth. Even though I've got weapons drawn, I'm sure the fleeing crowd is just glad to get out of there. It confuses me, and I lose that focus, that very temporary focus I had as the drugs kick back in, and I'll grab my head, trying to find some focus before looking up and seeing who... I shouldn't have said his name, should I? Because now... I think I summoned him. Is it Ongdoon?
Yes, it is.
Oh, crap. Yeah, that's, well, I did hear Tana yell, "Run," and I'm very familiar with her voice and her,
Panic?
panic at this point. I'm going to try and run.
Okay. Mo, you run up onto the gallows to push orcs away that are now long dead.
So I'm just gonna run up and push the air.
to
The
save
mage is mine.
to save a sorcerer who is no longer there.
Has run away.
Our hero.
And standing here now, I guess, would I see this new Gith?
You see the Triton woman up there. It looks like she was freed, but she's still wearing the weird metal suit, and she's panicked, staring off into the crowd.
I'll point to her. I'm gonna point to her and say, "Hey, don't move!" And I'm gonna turn and look.
Out in the crowd, you see this man, and you see that anyone who interrupts his path, their skin dries out, their bones crack under their own weight, and before they hit the ground, they're nothing more than ash.
I'm going to immediately salute and not move. Okay, someone else's turn.
All of you can now take your action at the same time. You're running away, it sounds like. Your first obstacle is this crowd. It's a nightmare. You need to escape this town square. So, what do?
I cast haste on Heen. I see the Triton is able to move. I say, "Run," and then I immediately move as close as I can to Heen. Cast haste on him, which hopefully will at least counteract
I run.
the effect.
Heen,
And then I start running.
Heen, you feel your brain speeding up back to normal from haste. And yeah, you're fleeing.
Since I'm already in the crowd, I'm going to try and use my shield to just start pushing forward to plow a path to the people for everyone else to just follow, like in the wake.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and make athletics for me.
20 on that.
People are being shoved out of the way by your shield, and you are leaving a trail behind you.
So did the Gith turn away from the stage and is now looking at them as they run away?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm going to remove my helmet and throw it at him.
Mo, make a con save.
How does a 17 do?
Good. You are now overcoming the effects of the mushroom, thank God.
Good. So yeah, I noticed my buddies are running from this guy, and he's not looking at me. So I'm just gonna take a quick cheap shot here. I'm just gonna take my helmet off and just whip it at the back of his head.
Okay.
Call this a headache, and I'm gonna throw it. And as Mo always does,
Oh no.
I rolled an 8.
It's a random stranger in the crowd.
So, okay, you're not totally over the mushroom high yet.
I glance over my shoulder at Mo,
As I miss my helmet throw.
but I'm assuming you're running, right? I don't
yeah.
need to come. Okay, cool, great. You know how everybody always describes me as a demon? Well, I am going to cast Disguise Self and actually look like a demon. So when I run, people will run screaming from me. As I am running, like this terrifying demon. Joey, what do demons look like?
They're like malformed people. Think like Valda, how she was an ASMR, but all of her angles were wrong.
Yeah. So as I'm running like through this hologram of this terrifying creature, I will be swigging one of my 9 healing potions like a shot.
You still have 9?
Yeah, well, I'm going to be totally straight with you. I forgot that I bought 10, and I thought that the one I gave to Mo was my only one, which makes me, I just want to say, even more of a hero. Anyway, I am now swigging my healing potion, of which I have 8 left.
That all checks out for her character, yeah.
That's what heroes do.
Everyone make a DC 21 intelligence
Now,
save.
does that include...
Intelligence?
Yes.
Come on.
Does that include Mo, who he does not see, nor does he know that helmet was directed at him? I hope.
He did see you up in the gallows.
I was saluting him.
Make a performance check.
Yes. I'm proficient in that. Why, dice? 8.
Though you don't feel a pressure in your head, you feel like he has your mind in the palm of his hands, and he knows exactly who you are.
Damn.
You failed.
Well, what's remarkable
21.
is I have a 0 bonus to intelligence, but yet I rolled a 19 and I still failed.
Aaron, I just like fist pumped the air in joy because I rolled an 18. I was like, wait.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, shoot, that's not going to be high enough.
No.
I can't win.
I think
Oh,
the
you.
majority of us had to roll in that 20 to pass that.
Yeah.
Are you saying we're all stupid?
Yeah.
Well, me, the player, might be stupid, but apparently me, Heen, is very intelligent because I have a +8 in them.
Wow.
In that
Wait.
save.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And that's why an 18 kind of sucks.
Oh,
But you only rolled a 10.
Did everyone fail?
I think
Was
so.
that-
Yeah.
Tana and JR, you're the furthest away from this guy. You take the least damage at 11.
Oh, shit.
Equal parts psychic and necrotic. All of his damage will be equal psychic necrotic.
What?
Ugh.
The rest of you who are closer
Oh, gosh.
take 16. You have all ran outside of the city square and you find yourself deeper into the city, closer to the harbor. It is, I mean, what's left of the road that leads to the docks is a disaster of rubble and collapsed buildings. There are about a dozen gift shapers out here, tirelessly using their psionic projections to rebuild and clean. Though they don't seem concerned with you, the crumbling bridge up ahead could become problematic.
Now that I'm awake and have an idea what's going on, I see my friends running across up to this bridge as well. I'm going to immediately just cast out a temporary scaffold ahead of us, and I'm going to dump all 4 of my points into it to just grow it. Go, quick! I can't hold it forever!
I'm booking it over that bridge.
I'm running.
Finian's
Yeah.
running over the bridge.
Yeah, conveniently, Heen, your psionic solved the... Yeah,
Yay.
not much action is required from the rest
Are the
of you.
merfolk calling with us, or did they split?
So you look back to see what's going
Yeah.
on. The one in the straitjacket is running alongside you. You lost track of the other one. It's likely that he was caught up in the... He got too close to the Seeker and died.
Oh, God.
And then the ASMR is up ahead. He's just flying up ahead.
Okay.
You're following him. You've all covered great distance, except for Heen, who has stopped to hold this bridge in place. Everyone make a DC 21 intelligence save.
Great. Nope.
Nope.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Ooh.
Oh, I did
Nice.
too!
Really?
I got a
14 again.
2.
I got a 14.
Me too. My
A
second
2 with a
14.
-1 is
Dang.
a 1.
Heen, this close, you take 24 damage, though you succeeded, so you half it. The rest of you take 12 damage. Finally, quickly, the city transitions into the ruins of the docks. It seems like King Sagrim set fire to his own docks, likely to force the Triton's ships out into bay. Even still, the ASMR is up ahead, making his way to a particular pier. Everyone roll perception. Mo, what'd you roll?
I got a good old-fashioned 10.
Ooh, JR.
I got a 17.
Tana?
11.
Finian
18.
and Heen.
12.
Finian and JR, you hear a crack behind you as the Triton woman's a plank shatters underneath her leg and she falls in up to her knee.
Oof.
She cries out as wood shards dig into her leg, but only loud enough for the two of you to hear her. Not far behind, the Seeker is closing the gap.
God, seeing her stuck, I'm gonna run back, try and help.
Okay, running in the face of danger to help her out? Or-
Yep, no thinking, just instinct.
Now you're thinking like a monk.
Yeah.
I turn and I see the Gith running toward us, and there's fear in Finian's eyes. Like, this is bad. Like, we're in trouble, and JR has stopped to go back and help this woman, and I'm fearing for him as well and her. So I'm going to try to channel. I'm going to channel some of JR's energy because it's the strongest energy I can channel at the moment. So I cast a lightning bolt at the Gith.
Lightning arcs from your hand and directly into his hand. And as it crackles in his palm, he looks down at it. It looks like he deconstructs the electricity, converting it into purple mist that he absorbs into his open palm. He meets your eyes for the first time as he slowly approaches.
And while this is happening, it almost looks like I'm taking lightning damage. Like, my skin gets purple blotches. I feel that pain like I'm being electrocuted. At the same time, JR, you take 11 points of healing.
Take a look.
Really?
So violent.
Wait, is that like some special druid thing? Is that a Kibbles thing or something? I've never heard
It's
of
a
that.
special Finian thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So I'll feel that healing, I guess, and gives me more energy to go and try and help this.
Yeah,
Merfolk.
you're trying to yank her leg out of this hole, and the wood is scraping the skin off as you pull her out. Finian, you hear a voice in your head, though it is not accompanied by pressure. It seems he has surgical precision with his telepathy.
I freeze.
Fascinating. You consumed your ally's magic. Where did you learn such a skill, Finian?
I don't know. It's just started growing, this ability.
I have executed many mages through the years and have led many scions, but you are the first like me, a true parasite. Come, I will teach you how to use this skill. Your life will be full of purpose. JR, you see the Seeker is walking towards Finian, and Finian has completely froze up. You're yanking, hopefully trying to be as gentle as possible. Her leg seems broken.
Come on. Can you walk?
She still has a gag in her mouth, but she'll try and stand up and falter.
Finian, I need your healing.
I'm still transfixed. I'm frozen in place. I'm contemplating what this powerful Gith has just shared with me. I take no action.
Finian, I need healing.
The Seeker will pull his eyes away from Finian and to you, JR. But he looks down on you like you're some kind of insect, and you hear in your head, "Rest, accept the conclusion of your mortal experience." And he outstretches his hand, and that same lightning he absorbed from Finian arcs out into you and the merfolk. Make a dex save.
Oh no. Lightning's my oh my god. A 6.
Both you and the Triton take 32 lightning damage. White scars branch across your shoulder and neck as it strikes you in the chest. And you feel your skin bubbling from it.
I will turn and look at Tana, and my eyes just go dilated. I take 2 steps forward, smoking from my neck, and drop. as I am in the negatives.
I watch JR drop, and I see Finian just standing there doing nothing. I have very little health left, but I do have just enough strength to summon a massive fireball from the sky, and I'm gonna aim it directly at the Gith.
The fireball comes down, and much like with the lightning, it's converted into purple mist that is absorbed into his forehead, and it never touches him. His eyes never even go to you. He's now still looking at Finian.
I will drop to my knees. What am I without my fire? Like, seriously, I'm nothing if I can't do fire damage.
Finian, as he gets closer to you, he raises a hand, palm facing upward, and fire bursts into his hand. He looks down at it, and then you hear in your head again, "You see, we are capable of wonderful things, you and I. Your companion's fire magic, for example, is useless in her hands, but much grander in ours."
I cannot accept your offer. If it comes at the price of the lives of my friends and loved ones, I will not accept it.
I'm going to cast Healing Word as a 4th level spell on JR.
Well, great. He already used his reaction. He can't cancel your spell.
Nice.
Go ahead and heal JR.
44 plus 5.
In your head, you hear, "Very well. Roll initiative."
Oh, no!
Tana.
20, not nat.
Nice team.
23.
Mo.
Okay. I got an 18.
Great rolls, everyone. JR.
Not one.
There it is. And Finian.
19.
Wow. You guys are ready. Team.
Well, he's been ignoring me this entire time, even though I'm still on the other side of the bridge, and at this point, I wouldn't have the energy to rebuild it. I'm going to go for just one cheap shot. He's going to hear an explosion of my voice in his head telepathically. "You are so fixated on consumption, then I will consume you!" And I will attempt to cast Psychic Drain on him at 4th level after him. He's going to need to make a Charisma saving throw, which is something Gith are not naturally good at.
He rolls an 18.
Oh, jeez.
My DC was 16.
Heen, fire arcs from the other side of the bridge with absurd precision. A perfect hit on you. Take 34 fire damage.
Yeah, I'm well in the negatives now. I'm down.
You're down too?
Yep.
Joey.
As you drop, you just hear a scoff in your mind.
Joey,
Yes.
you're not gonna kill somebody at this table,
I might
are
kill
you?
multiple people this episode.
Oh my god.
Characters, you mean?
Yeah, characters. Tana, it is your turn.
I've got nothing. If I hit him with fire, he could literally kill someone in the party. If I bend luck, I could spark chaos, and I certainly don't want that. I will put my hand in my pocket.
And ask the book how to solve the
No, I have a rock.
Oh, you do have a rock.
And this rock, it's just been calling to me for like 3 episodes,
Yeah.
but I've been too afraid to use it. I'm going to pull out the rock.
I forgot about this rock. You feel power pulsing inside of it, and you do feel like it is calling out to you. There's something hidden within that belongs to you. And only you.
I will slowly stand up using my staff as a brace, and I will hold the stone high above my head and slam it to the ground.
The rock shatters, revealing the obsidian stone inside of it.
The same as my staff, you mean?
Yes, and as it shatters, a crack forms in your staff.
What?
But you don't have a lot of time to worry about that because you are overflowing with the power that was stored in this rock. So much raw, chaotic, fiery power that you don't know how to contain this. And everything for Tana goes blank. You have become a embodiment of pandemonium. Tana, your power has been unleashed. I'm going to tell you what this means. Your spell attack modifier and your spell save DC both increase by your proficiency bonus, which is +3. Your fire cannot be resisted or ignored. During your turn, if you cast a fire spell, you gain 6 HP. If you don't, you die.
Oh my god.
You have no idea how this form ends. And whenever anyone you see rolls a d20, you can use your reaction to make them re-roll it.
Oh my gosh. Keeping the flavor
Do I
alive.
get to do an attack? Or do I wait?
Yeah, I'll say that was your bonus action. Let's see this shit.
Chaos is roiling around me. I see blackness. I see flames. And I feel power like I have never seen before. I will use this pandemonium to bend reality around me using 6 of my sorcerer points to create a 4th level spell slot with which I will unleash a fireball, the likes of which you have never seen before. It is not orange, but it is black, roiling, seething, coming out of the air with such intensity you can't even look at it, and it will slam into the Gith and explode.
He attempts to absorb this, and he partially does. Some of it does dematerialize in a purple mist. However, he can't contain this power, and he takes damage from it.
By bending so much chaos, I have actually unleashed more chaos,
Okay. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
and we'll have to roll a d100. 13. That's not ominous at all.
Yeah.
You know, a couple episodes you cracked the ground open?
Yeah.
Well, this time you crack reality open.
What?
Oh.
And a deep black gash forms in reality where Ongdun is standing. Kind of an absence of matter, of space and time. And as the smoke from your black fireball clears, you can see him vomiting up black fire from what he absorbed. Clearly it didn't... It
Didn't agree
He
with
failed
it.
his constitution check.
Shadows of ravens emerge from this crack and swarm around him, completely covering him in darkness.
I'm just grinning wickedly.
Finian, this took a crazy turn. You currently can't see the Seeker. Heen is unconscious on the bridge, I believe.
And smoldering.
JR has been healed. He's nearby. The Triton is unconscious. And Mo, where are you?
Oh, I'm running back to the boat. Fuck this.
Really?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Reality's breaking.
I race toward Heen. I'm going to try to heal him, get him on his feet at least so we can flee.
Yeah, great. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw a cure wounds on you.
You
at
miss. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I do
You
think the three of you
dodged.
should like up and run.
Yeah. So I'm going to cast the cure light wounds at a 3rd level. So take 3d8. We have to run now.
Yeah, I'll get up and run.
Mo.
Oh, I'm on the boat.
Oh,
I'm,
okay.
I'm chilling with ASMR.
You-
I used all my key points. I don't even care if that's the right rules or not. I'm out.
Hey, reality broke. You can break rules too.
You've caught up with the ASMR. There is no boat at the end of this pier. Instead, he's casting a spell.
Hey, man, I don't know if you're like aware of what's happening out back there, but like we need to go. Did you have a boat or
Just wait.
I can't. I'll look back nervously.
Let me think. He's saying as he's weaving the spell.
I'll be pacing back and forth.
JR.
Oh well, now that I'm up, I'm going to crawl over to the trident and then kind of get under, put her on my shoulders, stand up, and then just dazedly try and get out of there.
Yeah, making your way to the pier as well. Tana, an arm emerges from the black mess of crows and ravens. This arm has been flayed of all skin, and the ravens are still pecking at the flesh as it emerges, the Gith arm. But he points a finger towards you.
I'm not scared of his finger. I'm actually giddy from the chaos of wondering what's going to happen. I will, however, take another healing potion. At least I still have my wits about me to chug one.
You feel him pulling on your very essence, your soul, your body, everything that makes you you. I need you to make a charisma save. DC 21. Oh!
Yeah. I got... Yeah.
Rocket.
Then he rolled very low as well. Take half of 24, so take 12.
I'm still standing.
But
not very steadily.
Wow. Tana, it's your turn.
And according to if I don't
You'll
cast a
die,
fire
yeah.
spell, I'll die.
Yeah.
You know, part of me, because it's so chaotic to think about death, part of me in this moment wants to die.
I'm scared.
The thought of death is so chaotic.
Yeah?
I'm going to roll to see if I do a fire spell.
Or if you die?
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Oh my god.
I'm not kidding.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Odd. I make a fire spell. Even I die. I don't die. I swear to God, though, if it had said, I would have. But, all right, well, I'm still gleeful from all of the pandemonium erupting around me. I will hold up my hand and shoot out 3 black scorching rays, all aimed directly at his chest.
The scorching rays orbit this dark crack for a while before something accelerates them inward towards the Gith. And you don't see him, but you hear him. Go ahead and roll damage.
I was going to say, does he even get to do a dex save?
Nope, these hit.
29.
With each bolt that hits him, another fracture forms in reality around him, and you can start to feel it pull you in like a black hole.
I'm not fighting it.
Okay. You move 10 feet closer in. You're now just 10 feet away.
Yeah. Are the ravens still there?
They're swirling in and out of this hole.
I'm running toward the dock with Heen. I look behind. I see Tana, and she's sort of like got this shadow of nothingness before her, and it looks like all the light is being sucked out of that space, and she's slowly being pulled in.
Heen, look,
I'll stop and turn around and look.
we should go try to save her. It looks like she's about to be
I'm
sucked
already
into
moving.
that blackness.
I'm already moving back towards her at this point. Vivian's just talking to the air. I'm just sprinting as fast as I
And
can.
I'm right on his heels.
I don't notice you, Heen. I'm laughing. I am wrapped in ribbons of black and flames and raven, and I am just holding out my arms like a cross, waiting to see what happens.
All right, you know what? I'm just going to preload this with inspiration here. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to run up, summon a club, and just hit her over the back of the head.
Straight
Let's
Harley
knock
Quinn
her
style.
straight out of
I
this.
do not have a lot of hit points left.
Boom! Nat 20. There we go.
Wow, great timing.
27.
27 damage.
Yeah, the crit. Rolling when you're rolling on a D12 for your
Yeah.
increased lethality weapons. Oh,
I don't even know what happens. 1 minute I'm there cackling at the void in the universe, and the next minute I'm dropped in a crumpled heap on the ground.
I see her robes and her hair just kind of fluttering towards this black hole,
It does not dissipate.
And I'm going to grab her by the robe and drag her away from it. I see her staff cluttering away from me. And
I grab the staff.
Okay. And we run.
You can see Ong-Dun trying to emerge from this void. But up ahead, perhaps even more spectacular somehow, finally, at the end of the pier, the ASMR raises his hand and thunder booms in the storm clouds overhead. The boom is answered by a geyser of water from the ocean, from which a massive adult bronze dragon emerges.
Excuse me?
The scales covering half of its body are gone, exposing the soft flesh beneath. It's terribly wounded. It lands on the dock with enough force to shake it. "Quickly now!" he commands. The ASMR jumps up onto his back, and he looks to the rest of you who are conscious running to the pier.
Oh, yeah, like an ant crawling up a table. I'm just scuttling up him. I'm out.
You don't even look over your shoulder.
Are you kidding me? Reality's breaking, lady!
And I broke it.
With an outstretched claw, he'll grab the merfolk from you, JR, so that you're free to climb onto his back.
Yeah.
And similarly, with his other hand, he'll grab Tana so he can climb on. The dragon, with all of you atop, flies out over the ocean, leaving the burning docks behind, the reality shattering. You escaped with your lives, but God, only barely. And even worse, something tells you that it only gets more dangerous from here.
Great.
The end of part 2. Thank you all for listening to our podcast, and a special thanks to our deities, Linda Mundorf and Pete M., our celestials, David Green and Ironjaw, and our hero, Chris Matowski, and of course, all of our adventurers. Part 3 begins next week. I'll see you all then.
Thanks,
See ya.
guys. We'll see you next
nerds.
week.
See ya.